Everyone, and welcome. I'm Joyce Whitman, an independent demonstrator for Stampin', and my blog name is stampinscrapper.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about Paper Pumpkin. This is the July kit that we got. Wonderful cards. I love them. And what's best about this group, they also coordinate with 3 of our suites in our annual catalog: the Woven Thread Suite, the Garden Lane Suite, and the Come Sail Away Suite. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to show you how to make one of each of the cards that way the kit shows us, and then I'm going to show you 2 other cards using the coordinating suites to show you the different possibilities that you can do with this card. They are such a fun group this time. I really enjoyed this group of projects. Okay, in the kit this time, we got all of the products to use, like the papers and the embellishments we got to go with it. Now, I used all of mine, so I don't have any sitting out here to show you, but I did want to show you the stamp set. And I forgot to do this last time. Oh, is this darker? No. But I don't know if you can see it on here. I need a dark piece of paper. Up here, let's use this. Okay, so we have one that says, "You're the best. You've been on my mind. Hello, friend. Happy birthday." And then we have the seashell and this doily. Very pretty. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining me tonight. And then we got these beautiful sequins in there. They're the mint macaron green and silvery tint. We are using Pretty Peacock ink. And then you get 3 little paper clips in your twine. And these, I don't know if you can see, they have like circles on them. And at first I was wondering, what were these? But I'll show you. You're going to love these in there. And then, of course, our little dimensionals. And it came with everything we need to make these projects. So I'm going to quick show you the first projects of, this is how these cards were to be made. You know, if you went with a kit. This one is called "You're the Best." Very pretty. And this coordinates with the, oops, sorry, get my cheat sheet out here, with the Garden Lane Suite. I always want to call that the wrong name. And then we have this one, "Love the Sailboat." My thread just came up because I just pulled it out. Good going, Joyce. And this one coordinates with our Come Sail Away, which I am sure you guys have seen a lot of. Oh my goodness, I just made a mess of that. But we'll fix that here in a little bit. And then we have this one. It coordinates with the woven thread. So let's go ahead and fix this. What I did, I don't know what I did. I just pulled this out everywhere. I'm just going to tuck this back in here. Not sure what I did, but we'll tuck it back in there for now. Okay, that's a hot mess. So what I want to do this time is, what I'm going to do is, we're going to start with the woven thread one. Now, these are the 3 cards. This is the one that was the way that it was made for the kit. And then here are my 2 alternative projects. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put all of them together. I did very simple ones this time. As you can tell, my voice is still not 100%. My asthma's better, but I apologize if I start coughing. But so I did them quite simple, so they would be faster and easier this time. So let's go ahead and start with the way that it was made, set up to be made. So we take our card base. And don't forget, there's only 3 days left to get in on my retreat. I'm getting so excited. We got to see the holiday catalog last week. And this week on Thursday, being a demonstrator, we get to order it out of it. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you people, I am in trouble. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the designer series paper. Gorgeous. And I'm going to be doing another paper share. So go to stampinscrapper.com and you'll keep up, and I'll have it on there about the paper share. And also, if you, when you're on there, click to sign up for my newsletters, and you will get all the updates on all the promotions that are going on in my classes. Okay, so for this one, what we're going to do is we're just going to put this on, but we're going to put it on with dimensionals. So we'll just flip it over, and here we go. Now, these are the ones that came with kit, and they're a little bit small, And because I want to speed it up just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and use my dimensionals that from Stampin' Up. Okay, and I always put one in the middle. Like I said, all these cards are very easy to do. So we're going to just center this one on here. Oops, let me move this up a little bit. Just center this on here a little bit. I love this paper. So pretty. Okay, so now we need to stamp our image. And on this one, we're going to stamp You've Been on My Mind. And we're using the Pretty Peacock again. Or I should say first time we're using that. We'll use it a lot this time. Okay, oops. And one thing I really like about the photopolymer is you can see exactly where you're stamping and lining the edge up of your tag, and you will get a straight line. There we go. Perfect. Oh, where did I put that? Okay. All right. Always close my lid because I have a habit of sticking my hand in it if I don't. All right. Now, one thing I did notice, where did I put the little bag? Oh, here it is. These are the ones I had from my first kit because I always order 2 kits. So I have one to play with and one to show you guys. One thing I noticed that, I don't know if you can see, there's a little paper clip right here. It is a lot easier if you put it on now than if you try to do it when you have it on your card. There. Okay, so now I'm also going to pop this up with dimensionals. Okay. And I just centered that. Now this one, the terracotta tile piece, I just used snail adhesive on the back of it. And I kind of tucked it underneath here like this. It's a little off-centered. It's not perfectly under that. And then on this one, I wanted it to be up, but I didn't want it flapping down. So this is what I did for mine to get it to stay the way I wanted it. I put snail adhesive. Then I took one of those little ones and I put it on the edge of it. So I'm going to take 2 of these, oops, and I'm going to put it on right on the edge because I'm only going to be putting this part up here on it. So I can, this part right here where there's no dimensionals will go on top of our sentiment piece. And I just realized I didn't grab my catalog and I wanted to do that. I'll have to quick grab that. So I put it on there and I put it a little crooked. There we go. So see, this is flat here, but it's popped up here where it's, because this is already popped up too. So you want them the same level. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys are having a great night. Okay, and I went ahead and made my bow ahead of time. Now, one thing I did want to point out in our paper pumpkin kits that I keep forgetting to show you is this is so nice. They'll tell you inside the directions. And for this one, they said to use 10 inches of twine. They give you a ruler right here on the bottom to measure it out. Now, you guys all know me. I'm not a big one of a single, when it's linen thread, just a single loop. I have to do a triple. So that's what I did on this one. And I'm going to just use my glue dots. Fold it in half because these are little. And I'm just going to stick this right on top of my paper clip. I'm going to push this off. And there you go. Oh, no, we're not done. We have to add our sequins. I forgot to do this on the other cards. I'll have to add them, I think, when I go on here. So we have this one. We'll put one here. And let's put a little one over here. Just to get a little bit of bling. And there you go. That's how easy that card was. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We all love those kind. Okay, let me quick grab my catalog. Excuse me. I wanted to grab this to show you the different suites that we're using in this one. The first one we're going to use is on page 13, the Woven Threads suite. You will notice here mine has a green strip. What I do, because I put tabs on my catalogs, I put a piece of washi tape on the side here, and then I put my tab on it, and it makes it a little bit stronger. I do it on the other side too. But anyways, this is the Woven Thread suite. So I want to show you that I do have most of this suite. This is the beautiful paper that comes with this. And then there is the stamp set. Turn that so you can see that. We're going to be using Wishing Your Day of Love and Joy. We're going to be using that one today. And this beautiful ribbon here, I haven't even had a chance to take it off. Let's take it out and we'll look at it. Oh, it's stuck to me. Look how pretty that is. So that also goes with this suite. And then this is something different this time that Stampin' Up's doing. These are the framelits. And look at, they go coordinate with some embossing folders. Now, actually, we're going to be using the rectangle one, and we're going to be using this one. It's a little bit hard to see on camera, and I used the pattern paper, but it was fun to play with. I'd never played with this before, so this was a lot of fun to play with. And it also comes with sequins, but I do not have those for some reason. I didn't put those on my order. Now, all of the cards that we're doing this time, and all of them get envelopes. This one has the beautiful peacock, pretty peacock color on the inside for the envelopes for these. Okay, so let's get started with our last two cards here. Okay, so we're going to make this one next. And this is the one that I used the framelit and the embossing folder on. Oops, let me move my stuff out of the way here. Okay, so let me see if I can get this up here so you can see it. I'm not sure if you can, but it has the texture on it. There, I flipped it over, now you can see. It has the texture on it, even with that beautiful paper. It is so pretty. I think it's hard to see on camera, but it is really pretty in person. So what we're going to do is we are going to use Wishing You a Day of Joy and of Love and Joy. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Wishing you a day of love and joy. So what I did was, I wasn't sure, how do you make sure it's lined up perfectly? So this is what I do. I lay my piece that I'm going to put over, so I'm going to put this over my white. I line it up on here, and then I stamp it. And the reason is because then I know it's right where I want it on there, and it's going to line up. And this piece is designer series paper, so it's not real thick, so it works out perfect. Now with this image, I'm moving it up just a little bit. It's not going to be perfectly centered. And the reason for that is because I want to put this on the bottom. I thought it just needed a little something on the bottom, so I'm going to put that right there, and voila. So now I know it's all lined up, ready to go. To clean my stamps. Okay, all right, so what we're going to do first is, let's put, here it is. I'm just using snail adhesive around here. Now, because that white is not going to go totally around here, I need to grab my silicone craft sheet. so it doesn't stick to my paper here. So we'll put this down here. And what's nice is you can see through the silicone craft sheet, so you can see your line and line this up so it's straight. And then I just put this on top where I want it. Just a little. Whoops. Come on, look out. Let's try this again. There, perfect. Okay, then I'm just using snail adhesive again to put this on the terracotta tile piece. And I'm lining it up with my row, your 3 sides. Now this, they're not going to be, they're close, but they won't be exact this time because this framelit isn't a perfect rectangle. So it's a little bit wider on the sides, but I was okay with that. Then I'm going to pop this up on here using dimensionals again. Okay, make sure it's going the right direction. I did that the Saturday. I was trying to create a card for my advanced class yesterday, and I'm stamping it, going, oh, this is so cool. And I go to open it, and I stamped everything the wrong direction. Like the sentiment was down here, and it was supposed to be on the bottom. So you opened the card like that. Oh, I just started laughing at myself. What else are you gonna do? You gotta laugh. Okay, now I used for my bow knot here. I used the beautiful scalloped ribbon terracotta tile is our color. So I'm just going to tie it in a bow. And when I do this, I want to make sure that I'm flipping this because you want, okay, hold on. Oops, I want to flip it this way. So I want to make sure that I'm turning my ribbon, twisting it, so that when I pull it, it's going to have okay, that didn't work. Oh, let's try this again. Now this ribbon is a little bit stiffer. So I remember when I did the first time, I had to tie it a couple of times too to get it the way I wanted it. I think I did it. I think here. I went this direction. And then I flipped it over. There we go. And I twisted it. I think that's what I did. Yes. I'm going to twist. Okay, bow's not coming out as nice as that one is. But we'll make it work. Okay. Yeah, we'll make it work, huh? All righty. All right, and then we're just going to trim the sides, and forgot to grab my ribbon scissors, but we'll just use these. These will work just as well. And then I just used a glue dot again. Now I put 2 on it because it is a little bit thicker, so I used 2 of my glue dots. And then I just put it right here in the corner. And voila, that's it. Another easy peasy lemon squeezy card. Yay! Okay, let's do card number 3. Okay, this is the card we're going to make right here. Now this card is, I was doing this and it was definitely, this is not my style of card at all, but I like it. Because usually with me, you know, like these, everything has to be, you know, symmetrical, everything has to be lined up. This one is not at all. And I'm like, well, get out of my comfort zone, Joyce. So on this one, excuse me, we're using the same card base. And then we're going to take, this piece is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to tape it down the side. And this is Pretty Peacock. And I will have all the measurements to all the papers and everything on my blog on Wednesday. So you don't have to try to remember all of them or write them down. And I'll have pictures of each of the cards, and they'll have the measurements under the cards for it. So, and this is how one of the sheets came for this card. So you just punch this out. And I didn't use these two, so I'm just going to leave those in there right now. Oops. Okay. I went ahead and did two of my daisies, but I wanted to show you how I did this. I did the medium daisy, our new one that goes with our Daisy Lane stamp set. I punched two of them out, and you want to fill in the gaps with the other one so it makes it more full. And then I take my bone folder, which I didn't, oh my goodness, guys, I am not with it today, am I? I did not grab my bone folders. Okay, let's try this again. All right, and you're gonna just curl them here. And then I put a terracotta tile, and this is punched out with a 1/2-inch circle punch in the center. Oh, that is definitely not centered. Let's try to see if we can move that one. Come on, baby. There we go. There. That's a little bit better. And then you're going to put a dimensional on the back of that one, because I had these popped up. Okay, so we'll set those off to the side. So we'll go ahead. Excuse me. No, Asma, you can't get going now. Be good for a little bit. Okay, we're going to use this one, Happy Birthday. A friend was telling me, I live in Ohio, and there are so many people that are having issues with their asthma that the one friend told me that her coworker is having to bring her breathing machine to work because she's having to do them during work. I'm like, oh, I get that. Definitely. My daycare kids know, oh, Joycey's doing a treatment. So this is, I have to say, one of the longest runs I've had for my asthma lately. It hasn't been this bad before in a long time. So, okay, let's get back to this. Enough about my asthma. Okay, this one is cut, I want to say at 2 inches by 4 inches, but again, I'll have those measurements on my blog. So I just kind of put this on the corner. I made it the same distance here and here. Whoops, on the other side. So this was the same distance, you know, there was the same amount of card base showing. And then I just took this and I just, like, again, there was no rhyme or reason. I kind of put this one up a little bit higher. Like I said, this is such not me, but I can like it. I really do like this card. So then I popped up the sentiment, and I was just thinking, I think I'm going to add some sequins to this. So I was looking at that. That looks kind of plain. And I'm going to add some of these on here. Let's jazz this baby up. Okay. If you're hearing noises upstairs, that's because my adopted son just got here. I can hear him talking upstairs. And if I talked about my adopted son, that's if you heard me talk on my blog and stuff, the Grand Randalls, that's their dad. We call him our adopted son. My Grand Randalls are sweet little angels that they started off in my daycare of me taking care of them. First, the oldest one, Beckett, 8 years ago, believe it or not. And then I got Brielle and Bliss when they were born. And our families are so close. It's such a neat story. Todd went to church with us. He ended up getting baptized. It was just, the relationship is just so special. And we call each other, my girls call him their brother, and we call them Grand Randos because they're like our grandchildren. And their last name's Rando, so they just warm my heart. And they're so funny because they're spending the night on Saturday night, and we're having a crafting day. And I had to order them each their own stamp set for our crafting night. I'm like, you betcha. Okay, so let's add some bling on here. Excuse me. Let's put one here. Oh, let's put another one here, and let's put a little one. Let's do one of these. Where should we put this one? Here. Oh, let's put a little one up there. Remember, always do everything in odds. So if we put it on one, we got to put it on the other one, right? So let's go ahead and put, oh, I like that much better with the sequins on it. How about you guys? Do you like it better with the sequins? Hi, Sue. I'm reading your comments, guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hi, Doris. I'm so glad you joined me. How you feeling, sweetheart? I haven't talked to you in a long time, but I sure have been thinking and praying for you. Okay, so what I did was I added Wink of Stella in the center of all of my daisies to give it a little bit of bling. And then I added the sequins. I really like it with the sequins added. So these are the cards that we made from the first group. So we have this one and this one. These are our two alternate cards. And then this one is the one that we made just like it did in the kit. Awesome. Okay, so now let me clean up the mess from this and get out the stuff for my next one. Let's see here. I have them in bins over on the side. So, okay, let's see. We're going to do this one next. Let me move this. We're done with that for right this second. Okay, so our next card we're going to do is, this is the way the card should be made according to the, oh, my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I'm so sorry. According to the kit. And I'm just looking up so I can show you, because I forgot to mark these. Totally forgot about my catalog. So here we go. Okay, so this is the kit. This is the one that coordinates with this one. This is called the Garden Lane Suite, and it has this beautiful stamp set called Verdant Garden, I think. I'm probably not saying that. I butcher names all the time. But it has this one right here, and it has this beautiful paper. Look how pretty that paper is. I really like this paper too. So we're going to use this paper on some of our cards too. So the first card we'll do is the one that matches this set. And that, goes the kit, and that's that one. And then we're going to make this card, which is just a really simple, easy. I thought this was a great masculine card. And then we are going to make this card. I got to get my stuff out of the way, don't I? There we go. And we're going to make this card. And this is all made. I use, this paper is from the Garden Lane Designer Series pack. And so is this paper. So we're going to go ahead and let's do the one that's like we're supposed to do in the catalog. And that packet is right here. Okay, so we're going to make this one first. I tried to be organized and make packets for all of this. Okay, so let's do, the first thing you're going to do is I just used snail adhesive and put this down. And what's nice is in the kits, you get glue dots that you can use to put your stuff down. So you can literally just pick up your thing and go and grab a block, put your stamps on, and you are ready to go. Right there. Okay, so you just lay that one down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. we're going to use the Pretty Peacock again. Thank you. So I do like the bling too, Sue. Doesn't it make a difference? Let me see. Oh, this one we're going to use You're the Best. We're going to go ahead and ink it up. And again, oh, I was looking to see. I think I went right in the center on this one. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now, for this one, what I did was, because see how this one kind of goes off to the side, I took a glue dot, once I find them back, and I put one on the front of this one. I just stuck it in the front. Right here, I put a glue dot. Then I laid it down, and that is on crooked. Oh my goodness. Hold on, we gotta fix that. I should know better because it has little dots on there to line it up with the dots. I definitely did not do a good job on that one. Okay, let's try that again. It is still crooked. I am not sure what I'm doing. Let's look at it this direction. Maybe that will help. There, much better. Okay. All right, so go back to this. What I did was I put a glue dot up there, and then I put this on top of it, and it was easier to line it up that way. And I just went like that and then pressed it down. So, and then you're going to put dimensionals on the back of this to pop that up as soon as I find them back. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's ready. So what I did was I laid mine on here like this, and then get my adhesive sheet out again because we don't want our mat all sticky. Yeah, talk about that. Can you see all that? Yes, you can. Great. Okay, so what I did was I just turned these over. So we're going to use this sprig right here, and you will get, I think we got 6 of these and 3 of these in the kit. So we're going to use those, and I think I used most of them on these cards. So all I did was put adhesive. I just used snail adhesive, and put a little bit on each of the leaves on this one, this style of leaves. And then I just put some on the bottom here. It wasn't no rhyme, no reason. I just stuck them on there. So I'm going to put this on the top here, and I just stuck it under here like this and pushed it down. Now this is not adhered yet. I'm just holding it in place so that I can figure out exactly where I want to put these. Let's see here. I think I want that one up higher. Maybe like that. Let's see if I put that there. Yep, I like that. Okay, push it down. The same thing with this. This one I kind of want to put under here. Oops, I want to lift this up a little bit. I'll lift up a little bit. There we go. Kind of intertwine this one a little bit. Okay, so before I press it down, I'm going to set this on top of it again and make sure it's, oh, this one's not sticking out enough. So we need to move this guy. Move them out a little bit. Let's see here. There we go. All right, I like that. So we're going to go ahead and put it down. And now I'm going to take my dimensional backings off and put this down. I do that a lot when I'm trying to position stuff. I'll put it, just lay it on top, and then I can put it where I want it. Nope, I don't want to do that. Okay, there. All righty, and then I went ahead and I already made my bow, just like that. So you guys don't have to watch me make a bow. Fold it in half, and I just stuck it up here on top. And there we go. And where did I put the sequins? I just had them. Did I stick them back in here? Oh. Okay, I know I just had the sequins. What did I put those? Oh, that's the new pack. That's all right. We'll use them because I am not sure. Up here they are. Where I set those. Here, we'll put the new pack there. All right. So I went ahead and I added 3 sequins to this one. So we're going to put one here. Oops. I put one of the pretty peacock ones here. I put a little of the mint macaron. And then I did a little of the pretty peacock over on this side. Okay. Now this is how it is supposed to be made. So what are we going to do? We need to change this up, right? Okay. So let's change it up. We're going to do this one next. Let me put my sequins right where I can see them so I don't lose those. Okay. Now, excuse me. So this one, I did the You're the Best again, but this time I used Mossy Meadow ink instead. So we'll take this, put that up there. Line that up. Gotta change it up a little bit. Hi, Carol. Thank you, Sue, for sharing. I really appreciate that. If all of you would be so kind as to share this, I would love it. Whoops. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now you're going to notice that I love this paper a lot, and I thought I had more of this piece right here, but I didn't. So we're going to use another one. So this is the one that I used the first time that I made it, and this time we're going to use this one right here. So you can see the difference that we do. Okay, so let's take it off. This off to the side. Let's start assembling. And I believe I cut this at either 3 or 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. The DSP, Designer Series paper. So if you hear people say DSP, they're meaning Designer Series paper. And I just adhered that across that with snail, nothing fancy. What I did this time, again, I used one of our sprigs, 2 of our leaves, but this time I took our leaf punch right here, and I cut out vellum. I cut out 3 of them with vellum, and we're going to use those too. So bring in my silicone sheet again so I can tape all these up. Now on these that you probably easily could use glue dots. Now remember with vellum, you don't want your adhesive to show. So like for the piece that's up here, see I have one that's sticking up here, I have one over here, and I have one down here. So these 2 I can do at the bottom because you're not going to see it because it's hidden. But this one I'm only going to put in the middle where the bow is going to go. Because like I said, we don't want to see the adhesive because it will show, because I'm using snail, it will show through the vellum. Okay, so this one and this one we'll put down here. Oh, wait, on that one. So what I did was I put a piece of vellum first, and that went up on the center here, kind of near the top. Now I am just lightly laying these. I am not adhering anything yet. I'm just lightly laying them on here. And then when I get it the way I like it, then I will push it down. So we just started layering. Again, I had no rhyme, no reason. I was just, oh, that looked good there. Oh, I don't like that. Let's change this. Let's change that. Let's get over a little bit. But I did try to keep the center line here with all their stems. So those were the same. Put this one on. And I know this one I brought down a little bit. And I moved it over just a tad. But again, I was trying to keep my stems kind of together. know what? I think this one went higher. Let's move this one up a little bit. There, I like that better. Okay. And then I added this one in, and I just literally laid it on top. And I didn't care that it was up, like it's lifting up like that, and I'm okay with that. So then for this one, what I did was I took a glue dot because I wanted to make sure I got it right in here, this part, and I folded it in half and I put it on there. And that's how I adhered, whoops, this one. And I just put that one right on front and center. Perfect. So then I pressed it down. And that's how I put it on there. And then I added my sentiment. I just used nail adhesive. Nothing on this card is popped up. And I just kind of tucked it in here and put it across. Now, my twine for this one came from the Magnolia Lane. Good morning, Magnolia Lane suite. And this is the ribbon that comes with it. I'm using the twine. It's mossy meadow twine. So that is what I'm using on this card. And again, we'll do the glue dot. Gotta love glue dots. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it right there. And it's sticking to me. All right, we'll put this on here. Like that. But that's the back. And there you go. And it's done. Voila! So you could use different designer series paper and you get a same look, but kind of different look. I really like both of those papers with that. Okay, so let's do our last one. And this one, again, was easy peasy. I happened to have on my desk the 2 1/4 inch punch out. And so I thought, well, let's see what we can do with circles. And this is what I came up with. So we're going to be using the 2 1/4 inch punch. And we're going to be using Memento ink and Pear Pizzazz this time. So let's do our sentiment first. So I'm going to stamp the happy birthday first, and I'm using Memento ink this time. I wanted to do, let me bring this down. I wanted to do, I didn't want another green on there, and I just couldn't decide what color, and my black was right in front of me, so that's why I ended up using the black. Oops. Go ahead, stamp that, clean that off, and then we're going to punch that out with a 2 1/4 inch punch. And I just centered that. Okay, and it's still a little wet, so I'm going to put this off to the side to dry a little bit. We'll finish stamping that in a minute. Excuse me. And we are also going to be using the flower stamp from the Verdant Garden. This one right here, we're going to use too on here, but I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. So we can go ahead and get our other circles on while we're waiting for that. And again, I use the paper from the Designer Series paper. I'm using, this is actually from the piece that comes with the kit that I used on the first piece here. That was that color. And then this one is right here. It's opposite of the one we just used on our last card. So all I did was snail, nothing fancy. Oh, yeah, I want that side. And again, there was no rhyme or reason where I placed them. I thought, oh, that looked good. That looked good. Now this is cut out with the layering circle framelits. Okay, let's go ahead. This should be dry. Yep. We're going to use, there we go. Okay, and again, there was no rhyme or reason. I just went, oh, that looked nice there. And I stamped the bottom, and then I stamped the top. let's see here. Maybe this, it'll go that direction. There we go. And that's how I did that. Just to give it a little bit of color. Now, this is definitely a masculine card, so I did not put any sequins on this card. Go ahead and hear this. And I popped this one with dimensionals. Okay, where did I just put them? I just had them. That's what I get for cleaning up a little bit, and now I can't find it. Okay, I'll use my sheet from them because I'm not sure what I just did with my dimensionals. So we'll just use these little ones. It will work. These little ones of my nails do not go, to get them off there, do not go the greatest. So just use my take your pick. Okay, so we're just going to put this one on here, like that, and you're done. That's all there is to it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hi, Linda. Thank you for joining me tonight. So there we go. So we have this one and this one are my alternative cards. These two are my alternative cards. Whoops. And then this one is made like the kit. So let's go ahead and we'll get started on our last grouping. Okay, just take a second here for me to clean up my mess here. Oh, also with this grouping, you got the green striped envelope goes with this. Okay, now this is the card that is the way it was made. Okay, this mess here, this hot mess that I made, that wasn't like that. Oh, well, we'll fix it. Now I'm getting myself laughing. I'm going to start coughing. Oh, my goodness. So, but anyways, you know what? It probably, I don't even know if I can get, oh my gosh, that is such a hot mess. Oh my goodness. Okay, so with this one, I'm sorry, I'm making myself laugh tonight. We're going to be, that's the one that should be in the kit. And then we have this one as an alternative. And this one is an alternative card for this kit. Now we're going to be using the beautiful Sail Away. Just grab all my stuff. We're going to be using the Sail Away paper. Now this is the Come Sail Away Designer Series paper. I ended up not using any of the paper on this project, but this is beautiful. And actually, I was working on my Christmas card class. Starts this week, believe it or not. Yes, Christmas card class is in August, but I do them for 4 months. We're going to be using this on a Christmas card, which is so cute. Because, of course, it has a snowman. Of course. And here's the stamp set, Sailing Home. I ended up not using any of these either, and there's a reason because I have a purpose for one of these cards, and I'll tell you about that when I make it. The envelope in here is the beautiful Night of Navy. And I am actually going to be using the sentiment from here, To a Wonderful Couple. So, and it has the trinkets, and it also has Baker twine in this suite. I'm trying to think, and there's a embossing folder in this suite, which I totally forgot. I believe, no, if I remember this right, this is sad. It is. I know the page number by heart. It's on page 145. It's called the Come Sail Away Suite. You have the stamp set, the framelits, the embossing folder, the beautiful designer series paper. There's a Memories and More pack, and the twine, and the trinkets. So we're going to actually be using the trinkets tonight too. Get this down. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the card the way it should be made. And not Joyce mess it up like I did. Okay, I need, oh, got that one. This one. Okay, and then I need, what did I do with my twine? There it is. Okay, all right. So here is the card. Okay, I'm sorry, I look at that and I just laugh because it is a hot mess. Oh my gosh. So here is our card. We're going to use a striped card. Now, we're going to, on here, we're going to pop this up. Okay, I got to get another pack of dimensionals out because those little dimensionals, I'm going to be using a lot of them on these cards, and they're going to drive me bonkers. So we'll just get out a new sheet. And I'm sure I'll find it somewhere in this mess. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this up. And I put it over here more to the side here is where I put it. Okay, now for the sailboat, we are using snail. We're not popping up this, the sailboat. But see how the top isn't attached? Guess what we're going to do? Because this is popped, we need to put one of the little ones up here on the top because we need to make it the same height. So we're going to put this one here. Oh, that looks good. And just push it down and then we have that. Now I'm going to go ahead and each sheet comes with clouds. You get one of these on a sheet. You get this blue here and you get the clouds. And there was another strip. I don't remember the color on the other strip. On this paper too. And you got 3 of those, so you can make 3 cards. But I'm going to go ahead and put clouds in here now. I'm just adding them in here. Okay, now this is the fun thing. Remember I told you, what are we going to do with the circle dimensional? It's like a dimensional, but it has a circle in it. Look at this. It fits perfectly on this. So what we're going to do is you peel it off like this, and it fits perfectly on here. So you can pop this up. How cool is this? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, I'm not going to adhere that yet, and there's a reason why, because we got to fix our hot mess over here. Okay. And then on our blue here, just goes underneath our sentiment. So what I did was I just put on the bottom of my sentiment, I went ahead and already and stamped it. I did the happy birthday in the pretty peacock. And I just put it on the bottom, my snail, and I put it on here. But then I put dimensionals on here. I popped this up. Okay, so now for your twine, I don't remember the exact amount of twine they told you to use. I just literally took some and cut it off. Now this was organized, or what could be organized in a kind of nice messy way, but they, okay, I think I cut too much, but they said to make a big bow on it, and I really didn't like that. I liked the messiness. So what I did was I just put some adhesive here because I knew my sentiment was going there. And I just put it on here. Whoops. And I just kind of winged it. There, like I said, there was no rhyme or reason. I just kind of laid it down. Oh, I stuck it there. That looked good. Oh, let's put some down here. Okay, that looks good. So I don't know what happened now. Okay, does anyone else think that's funny? I just think that's so funny. I'm just going to leave it on my desk. So when I get stressed about working on something, I'll just look at that and start laughing. Okay, so now I'm going to put this, I put this on first. you take the off this, and I just stuck it like right about here. There we go. And then we'll put this on here. I'm glad you like this card. Okay, so sorry, I was reading your comments while I was pulling those off. So I just tucked it under this, you know, like the top of my sentiment fits on top of that. And there you go. Now we're going to add sequins to this one. I put, let me see what I did here. Okay, I put a big one of the mint macaron on the top here. And then I put a little one down here. Now this one doesn't have quite as much as this because I don't know what's going on over there, but probably should have put some over here, but that's okay. It's all good. There we go. I think it needs some more twine in here. Well, I'll have to play with that more, but I think it needs a little more twine. Well, here's a little piece we can tuck under there. There we go. Tuck him under there. There, that actually looks, okay. That looks kind of cute there. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to lift this up, stick some snail under there. Get some under there? I did. And we're going to stick him under there. There we go. All right. I like that. It's sticking out on the bottom. Okay, so there's that one. And here's my hot mess. You guys probably think I'm losing it. Can I blame it on all the steroids I've been on for my asthma? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go to the next card and put that one away so I quit laughing. I want to do that one last. So this one we're going to do last. We're going to do this one next. All right. So this is my first alternate card that I made. And again, I was in with the circles. This circle was cut out with our layering oval framelit, our layering circles, and it's the big one right here. Excuse me. So again, I just used snail on both of these. I did not pop these. So I just put this one over here and set this one over here. What I did was I tried to get the same distance here and here on my circles. Okay, and then I did my boat again. Or yeah, my sailboat. What did I do? Oh my gosh, guys, I am losing those dimensionals. Like there's no other. Oh, here's the first one. Okay, found those back. I don't know what I do with the second pack though. Okay, and on the top, I do put a little one because it fits better. The very top. Okay, so I popped this one up. I'm glad you really like the card, Sue. Even the hot mess card. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the sailboat on here. Put it about right here. And then again, I used for this on here. No, I did not. That's right. This one, I did not do the ring because I wanted it to overlap the sailboat a little bit. And if I used the ring, I couldn't do it. But I needed something really skinny to do. So you know what I did? I took my scissors and I'm not throwing these away because there's a lot of dimensions in there. If you ever need a big circle for something, you got it right here. So what I did was I just cut a really thin strip off this. And then I cut it in little pieces. So I knew I wanted it like that. So I wanted it to go around here. So I flipped it over, and that's the front. I'm going to flip it back over. Whoops, and it goes flying. but I just cut them in small pieces and adhered them to one side. Okay, I just got my nails done and they are definitely too long. I'm going to have to fix this for next time. I told her I would, find a new color for me. We realized, and we both said, oh, this color is really pretty. Yeah, I've had this color twice, but that's okay. I must really like it. It's this one is Gorgeous Grape, and my toes are Highland Heather. That I didn't mean to do that one, but okay. So right now I'm just checking to make sure I got enough on here. I do. And so I'm going to push that. Oh, you know what? One of them did not have the backing off. Pull that off a minute. Come on. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Line that up. There we go. Okay. I don't need that piece. Okay. So then I'm looking at this card and I'm like, this card needs something. It wasn't, this was plain. What could I use? And then I remembered the trinkets that came with this suite. And I love that it has the anchor. And I know there's a name for this. I call it the wheel, but that's not the right name. And I don't know nothing about sailing. So, but that it has that, and they come with an anchor. So I'm going to use the anchor, and I put them on with glue dots. Seem to be the easiest way to get these on. So I put one on the bottom, and I put one near the top. And then I just stuck it like this. Isn't that a great man card? Now I did not do any stamping on this card. I just used the pieces that I had, and I really like it because you could use this for anything. So inside you could put your sentiment, or just write a note, not put any sentiment in it. But I just really like how that card came out. Okay, now my last card. And there's a reason why this card is last, because I made this card for someone special. I'm going to get emotional just thinking about her. Sorry. We are so blessed that our daughter found a wonderful, wonderful man. And he asked her to marry him. And so this is actually my card to them, congratulating them on it, because they got engaged at the beach. So when I saw this, I thought, oh, I love this. I love the sailboat, because one of the pictures had boats in the back. So I am going to make this card for her. And she said she wasn't going to watch tonight, so she doesn't know. So what I did was I started off with the base as normal. Say I get emotional about my girls. Oh, awful. Someone told me I'm not emotional, I'm passionate. So there you go, I'm passionate about my girls. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use this green circle, and this is the sheet that it came in on that I was telling you about. I'm going to use the green circle. I'm going to use the sailboat, and that is all I'm going to use off this piece. So I'll use it off to the side. Okay, so there we go. But let's do our sentiment first. So we're going to use, where did I put that sentiment now? I took it out. I told you guys. Oh, here it is, to the wonderful couple. Now we're going to be using, though, Knight of Navy on this card. Oh, I covered the card up. So we're going to be using Knight of Navy. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to ink up my stamp. One thing I really like about the photopolymer stamps, you can see the ink go on your stamp, so you know you have it right. So I'm going to put it kind of towards the top. Perfect. Well, I'm reading your comments a second. Oh, hi, Alice. Thank you for joining me. Oh, so kind of like a bad hair day. Yes, you're right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this card made. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Now, this is a 1 inch by 5.5 inch. Now, I am purposely not going to put tape in the middle because I want to tuck this underneath it, but I want to put this on first. And I'm only lightly laying it on there because I want to make sure I can tuck this underneath it. And then I will press it down. There. Okay, so for this again, I'm going to use my dimensionals. Oh my goodness, I'm getting teary-eyed again. Just thinking of my girl. Doesn't seem possible I got one old enough to be getting married. But we are so, so happy for her. Okay, give me a little one. Okay, and one more. Okay, go ahead and take this off. Okay. Now, I just kind of put it over here off to the side. And then again, I put on another, excuse me, another ring on here. I really like these. I'm so glad that they included these in with these. So we don't have to cut all the little pieces to go around it. Oops. Oh, shoot. Got this one over a little bit too much. You can see it. Darn it. Push it over. Okay. We'll make it work. Push it over. There we go. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it on on the computer, but I stuck it over a little too much. So I'm just taking my take your pick and I'm sticking it back under the foam. I moved it over a little bit too much. And again, I'm going to use one of those trinkets. I love the anchor trinket. And use glue dots. And I just stuff it like this. And there you go. And there's that one. So let me clean up my mess a little bit here so I can show you all the cards again. Kind of made a mess here tonight. You should see off to the camera. Usually I try to keep things pretty organized. It wasn't happening tonight. There's stuff everywhere, but that's okay. Okay, so here are my two alternative cards. Here is the card that is made the way it should be. And this is with the Sail Away bundle. And then we have this one, and this one. And where's my other ones? And then we have, whoops, this one, and this one, and this one. So there are 9 cards out of one kit. Perfect. I have stuff left over so that I could make more cards. But you could easily make 9 and use different bases, and you can even make more than that. So reminder that my retreat, the deadline to sign up is August 1st. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited. We're going to have a good time. You are so right, Alice. We are going to be gaining a son. Yay! Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you could share this, I would appreciate that too. And there you go. Bye-bye. Mwah.